Okay. All right. Here I am. Howdy and aloha, everyone. This is James with Mana Talk. Mana meaning mystical Polynesian power, and talk meaning use your words, which it seems as though this is a non-verbal word right here. Yeah, you could tell by her body language, she just hated being by that guy. She knows. Fucking Bill Gates, I can't believe that even happened. Yeah, that would have been fantastic. Yeah, and Zuckerberg. If Trump would have went to his right and did a cake right in the face of Zuckerberg, and then Melania at the same time doing a cake in the face of Bill Gates, but he needs much worse than that. A cake of nails and tax. And, you know, the guy's a fucking genocidal maniac. So this happened. The last show I did, I talked about that meeting as well as what was going on with it and why. Why in the frick were we even at that point? It was just so crazy that was even the case. You know, and then you have an interview a while back with RFK Jr., Robert F. Kennedy Jr. If you get poisoned by Coca-Cola, you can stop drinking Coca-Cola. But if you get poisoned by a vaccine, your kids will have to take the vaccine to get into schools. That was the vaccine schedule at the time. I know it's changed. If you have reservations about it, you've got to take it anyway. And then, you know, it's just ridiculous. But Trump actually said this, which I thought was interesting. He posted this everywhere. Holy cow, Trump just posted this on Truth Social. He posted the video showing NIH geneticist and biochemist outlining that vaccines have toxic chemicals like mercury in them and can cause autism. They're all poison. Everything is poison. And I mean, that's, you know, MTG is saying it, and a bunch of people are posting this. So, is this where you know, Trump does a 180 here, and he did it back where he was into it. You know, take the vaccine, it works, and now it's changed. Prayers are awesome. But is he going to stay there? Does this mean you're going to, you know, buddy up with Bill Gates, the genocidal maniac, globalist genocidal maniac of the country, of the world, and the people that kept us from talking about it for a long time, like myself? Right? I was discussing that stuff. Why is this going here? Oh, jeez. I had it set up. Yeah, was it here? No. Yeah, I had it set up. Oh, right here. Oh. Yeah, just want to let you guys know, Evan and Kim used to do these shows, and back in 2017, we were talking about all kinds of things with all kinds of people, having great conversations. And a lot of those people went full green, which is basically the World Economic Forum point of view, in my opinion. I mean, if you go to the World Economic Forum website, and then you gather everything that they're doing, and they're trying to push climate change, vaccines, everything. And then you go to green, Green Party. It's almost identical. Yeah, we used to have a bunch of people on here. Let me see. Yeah, I used to not wear my shirt back in the day. Yeah. What is that? We'd have a few people on. Oh, Stevie was there. Yeah, we had a bunch of people. Some good. We had some really good conversations. And the Cheryl's right there with the phone. Evan, Eric. Oh, what was that guy's name? Winkle. No. I forgot his name, but he used to have the red screen all the time. And we'd have a bunch of people on talking about all kinds of stuff. Great conversations. Kelly used to come on sometimes, which was her and Kelly didn't hang out too well. And Kevin, he used to piss everybody off. Snork was on there. We had some great conversations. Some critical thinking, some debating. There was all kinds of great dialect between all of us. We all made sure that everybody gave, usually whoever was moderating it, in a sense, would say, hey man, just don't get personal with stuff, because nobody was perfect at what they were hearing or saying. But if you stayed on top of it, like I have for 7 years now, 10, probably 8 years now, and a lot of these people weren't even talking about the things that I was going over. People weren't coming to their own conclusions in regards to, the poisons that are out there, and all the stuff that was happening. I like this new channel, Hustle, Unfiltered Conspiracies, Just Truth. Okay, that guy's got some good stuff. Let me see. I have no equity on OpenAI. I'm doing this because I love it. According to tax filing, his salary for 2023 was $760,000. Don't buy it. Oh wait, it's not. It was $10 billion. That's what he was saying. He was this guy with AI was saying it was just 761,000, but it was actually 10 billion. Interesting conversation here. Back in those days was half my final. No, that's not it. Trump warned about autism and vaccines, then pushed Operation Warp Speed. It was weird. Let's hear what he has to say here. This is during the campaign.
You would be in charge of the Centers for Disease Control and the National Institutes of Health, both of which say you are wrong. How would you handle this as president?
Autism has become an epidemic. 25 years ago, 35 years ago, you look at the statistics, not even close. It has gotten totally out of control. I am totally in favor of vaccines, but I want smaller doses over a longer period of time. Because you take a baby in, and I've seen it, and I had my children taken care of over a long period of time, over a 2 or 3 year period of time, same exact amount. But you take this little beautiful baby and you pump, it looks just like it's meant for a horse, not for a child. And we've had so many instances, people that worked for me just the other day, 2 years old, 2.5 years old, a beautiful child, went to have the vaccine and came back, and a week later got a tremendous fever, got very, very sick, now is autistic. I only say I'm in favor of vaccines. Do them over a longer period of time, same amount.
Thank you.
Just in little sections.
Dr. Carson.
And I think you're going to see a big impact on autism.
Wow. Interesting. Puerto Rico's crazy. Ooh, gun ammunition is tax-free now. Oh, that's awesome. In Florida. Make that everywhere, please. Please. Yeah, and Tesla Bitch is talking about this as well.
Show them the thimerosal bottle, which we keep in a metal container because we're a little afraid of it, and it's a very fine powder.
This is thimerosal, which is labeled very toxic. It has cumulative effects, can cause damage to the kidneys, to the respiratory system, skin, to the nervous system. It specifically warns on here that it can cause reproductive and developmental toxicity, meaning that it can cause things like autism and other neurodevelopmental disorders. This is immensely toxic stuff.
And it's in vaccine.
And this is what's in the vaccine. It's important to realize we're talking about a whole range of products. Vaccines are a big one because, of course, you're directly injecting it. For example, this is tetanus vaccine. This one expires, it's a little outdated now, in 2007. And here's the thimerosal. 1 to 10,000 is a preservative. Perhaps the biggest one in the U.S., at least, that's for exposure to mercury is the influenza vaccine. Influenza vaccine is now recommended for all pregnant women, all infants, all children on a yearly basis. You're supposed
You
to
have last year's influenza? Understand that thimerosal is not added at the end. It's not like, well, that factory next year can make thimerosal free. Thimerosal, you either have to have a thimerosal free factory or you have to not have one. They add thimerosal at each step because the factory is not clean and not sterile. So you either have to have an expensive sterile factory where you don't need thimerosal, or you have to have one that produces thimerosal. It's going to need thimerosal or something the whole time. It needs to be stopped.
This is the influenza vaccine from Adventist Pasteur, their flu zone. Thimerosal, 25 micrograms of mercury per dose.
I'd like to point out that a lot of people didn't know, and I'm one of them. I've given 2,000 Rogam shots. I've been in vaccines for 35 years. I didn't know that Rogam had thimerosal in it. So I think a lot of the doctors were unaware. They were unaware that even the word thimerosal meant mercury.
They don't care. Your doctor doesn't care. If your doctor ever recommended the Fluvid-19 thing, then you should get a different doctor, for sure. Yeah, it's a no-brainer. It's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna say this. This should have happened. It's ridiculous that even happened. And then we had this.
He's porno. Okay, here we go.
Zuckerberg? That guy should be in prison. He should be in a cell. Bill Gates, on a day that Bobby Kennedy gets, that Elizabeth Warren, Pocahontas, is ripping his face off in front of the world, you're going to have Bill Gates, Mr. Vaccine? What in the hell are we doing? Whoever set that dinner up should be perp walked out of the White House today.
Yeah, I said exactly that. I recorded it. By the way, this is a documentary. I don't think I can prove my point any further. It's pretty crazy because the Democratic Party supporters believe that, and let me just make sure you can see this good. They believe this, and this is what's insanity to me. This complete insanity. It's delusional insanity and just borderline retarded. The Democratic Party supporters believe that Big Pharma is God, war is peace, cross-dressing men and women rule, the weather is your weather is climate change, poison is health, depopulation is the cure. Or basically, delusion is reality and denial is common sense. I mean, I don't see another way you could see any of that. I think there are a lot of people that are still out there that still believe like that. They still think like that. They still behave the way they do. It's crazy. I mean, when Trump got elected legally, because they had tons of attorneys. There was like an army of attorneys at various states paying close attention to their voting processes. There were more paper ballots, and it was legitimate. Unlike 2020 of the illegitimate presidency of Joe Biden. But the stance was at the time is these Democratic Party supporters, what happened was as soon as he won, they had videos, dozens of videos, maybe hundreds, of these social meetings where they would all go out to a park or a forest or a jungle or somewhere out in the open and scream. It was fucking crazy. I'm not going to look for the video. You can look for it for yourself. It was nuts. You know, and we are dealing with some mentally challenged and mentally deranged, delusional people. And many videos have brought up how the water you drink, the food you're eating, right? The media that constantly berates you with propaganda and biased information just continues to pollute your mind. You know, critical thinking is basically looking at one side of a topic and the other side of a topic and different perspectives and having a debate and, you know, thinking for yourself what makes sense here. That's kind of the thing of critical thinking. But in this day and age, you have to kind of investigate things. You have to go past YouTube or whatever YouTube brings up is all mainstream media anyway. If you go and ask a question, you're going to get everything from mainstream media. YouTube really needs a lawsuit. That's all I have to say. It needs a class action immediately on our First Amendment rights that they violate. I totally and fully agree, and I think even most of the people that work there right now would probably agree. I have not had in my show at any time anything of XXX or extreme anything remotely close to sexual content or violent content or hate speech. It was just opinions, conclusions, theories, perspectives. And for that, I was taken down for over 4 years ago. Right after the video I showed you, I think it was about September, or I think it was October of 2020 when they just had enough. I had 2 strikes already. I did the COVID stone. You may want to look that up now. You want to go to Odyssey. There's some of my videos there. There's a lot of stuff that I was trying to warn people of. And then it was obvious to me as I'd done my research and as I was creating these essays with all the information I had in my mind, basically, I was coming to the conclusion that none of it was an accident. It was all intentional. It was already pre-orchestrated, pre-calculated, premeditated genocide upon all of us. And most people are just starting to understand that now. So if that is, all of it is poison, all of it, of what Trump is saying, right, then shouldn't we find out who has it? Who's taken it, if it's in their system or not? Don't you want to know if the question No one has asked, and no one has even tried to figure out, which is mind-boggling to me. And I've asked Dr. Shiva, I've asked several doctors on X, I've asked a lot of people. They give me this, you got to go to a phlebotomist, blood scientist or whatever. The question is there a medical procedure or a test that a person could take, maybe through the saliva or blood, to detect if they have any type of the COVID mRNA vaccine in their body, in their blood system, in their DNA, wherever it sits, wherever it, clamps itself onto. And I think this is the biggest question that needs to be asked. Plus, it would also, at the same time, you could say to somebody, hey man, have you taken the test yet? The mRNA detector test, whatever you want to call it. What is that? It's to see if you actually have this junk in your system, right? And they go, no, well, you can get it. Just, go to a unwoke doctor. Not something turned on here in a second. What is that?
Show them the thimerosal ball, which we keep in a metal container because we're a little afraid of it, and it's a very fine powder.
This
Why did it play by itself?
This is thimerosal, which is labeled very toxic, has cumulative effects, can cause damage to the kidneys, to the respiratory system, skin, to the nervous system. It specifically warns on here.
All right, sorry about that. That popped up out of nowhere. That was weird. That shouldn't have happened. But, so I'm saying, once you put all this information together and you find out woke, it's part of this corporate governance that the World Economic Forum and the NGOs are trying to that they're successfully doing, in a sense, is they're trying to decrease the population by 2/3. That's what they're. If you look at the Deagle report, which has been altered, the Deagle report's been pretty accurate for a long time, and I did a show about that. If you need some information about it, like I said, if you have any questions about anything I talk about, put in the comments. I'll send you links. I'll send you information. I'll try to contact you, get you the information that you need so you can make your own decision. But their goal is they don't necessarily want. They want to keep the planet the way it is, under their absolute and total power and control. And these are a handful of extremely powerful, extremely influential, and we're not talking about politicians. We're talking about other people, like Larry Fink, like George Soros, and some of the offspring of the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers, Bear, and a few others companies out there. And families that are just possibly the Waltons, who knows, from Walmart. But their goal is to keep control of everything. And they can't control 8 billion people. That's going to be extremely hard for them to do. So if they can get rid of at least 2/3 and find a way to do it and maybe poison their reproductive systems, that could happen soon. And then it would go down to 2 to 3 billion. And then at that point they would totally be able, then they would have a much easier time controlling the masses, the population of the planet, and basically hoarding the rest for themselves, because they don't need your likes. They don't need your support. They don't need your money. They got enough. They just want to keep control of what they have. CBDC, central bank digital currency, is in the way. I know some people are talking about stablecoin being similar, but I looked into it. It's an option. As long as stablecoin is an option and we still have tangible cash and coin, we're going to be okay. But once it goes completely offline and there's no way to just If everything crashes and you can't use cash and you can't use coin, we're fucked. So it's a concern, but it's not that bad. AI also is a super concern, and maybe this is part of what AI does. People don't understand that AI has been around for 15 years, at least, maybe even 20 years. Probably even longer than that. I mean, real AI. I mean, we're talking responsive, ask a question, get an answer AI. Could be a part of it too, which I'm really concerned about the data centers and how powerful AI is becoming, which is good for businesses or starting up a business, creating an app, creating a website, helping you answer certain types of questions. I mean, I've gone on Grok and asked a lot of questions in regards to my business that I'm starting. By the way, I'm into annuities, IULs, long-term care, life insurance. I'm also a part of small business financing and loans. That's basically a partnership of what's that called? Not AdSense, little kind of thing. But and then if you are ever interested in student loan forgiveness, there are programs out there. I've researched a few, but this one is real, and I'm helping this company out. I'm not going to get into those companies right now, but when you get into what's happening with these NGOs and these elitist predator class sickos, you're going to find out there's a common denominator with them. And the common denominator, which is very alarming to me, extremely, completely, and very alarming, is, why does this keep changing? God damn it. I want to get sensitive. Greta Thunberg's Palestinian aid ship has been hit by a drone and is on fire. Oh shit. We pray Greta Thunberg has not been killed. Okay, bro. Sure you do. Anna Paludalina, super hot. I just got a thing for brunettes, I swear to gosh. Not black hair. I like, well, yeah, black hair is cool too. Anyway. But she's super hot. What's she doing right here? Massive win. Congresswoman Anna Paludalina is using a procedural loophole to force a vote ban stock trading. Good. Oh, the War Department's back. There you go. Dressed early in Halloween costume. Dude. Look at this. This is a Demoncrat going after. No, he's not. He's not even dressed in full gear. He's only wearing. This guy, Don Winslow. Dude, you're such an idiot Demoncrat. Dressed early in his Halloween costume. He's wearing his regular clothes. He has to wear the helmet for safety precautions. He's just wearing his regular shirt. He has to wear the vest and the protective equipment, the belt with all the stuff on it, just in case something happens. That's a floating device, you dumb shit. And he's trying to say it's called. Oh my God. You see, I was on an aircraft carrier. Okay? Purple is fuel, red is ordnance. The yellow are plane captains. The blue guys are arresting gear. Yeah, I was on an aircraft carrier. And you have no idea what you're talking about, Don Winslow, you dumbass idiot. Alright, what is she saying? Why don't we find the military? Oh, wow. Let's do this.
Since we elected Donald Trump. However, I'm going to be talking to you about some amendments that I'm introducing that I think are extremely important. These amendments will strike all funding for foreign countries because let's face it, you guys, if we're America first, none of your hard-earned tax dollars should be going for foreign countries, for foreign causes, I already get it. I hope the stuff goes through.
Oh, wait. Remember this?
For pregnant people who are at higher risk of severe illness from COVID-19. For pregnant people who are at higher risk of severe illness
This is
from
Rochelle
COVID-19.
Balansky.
We are strengthening our guidance and recommending that all pregnant people or people thinking about becoming pregnant get vaccinated. We now have new data that reaffirm the safety of our vaccines for people who are pregnant, including those early in pregnancy and around the time of conception. These data build on previous evidence from 3 safety monitoring systems that did not find any safety concerns for pregnant people who were vaccinated late in pregnancy or for their babies. Now, these new data found no increase in the risk for miscarriage among people who received an mRNA COVID-19 vaccine before 20 weeks of pregnancy. Clinicians have seen the number of pregnant people infected with COVID-19 rise in the past several weeks. The increased circulation of the highly contagious Delta variant, the general low vaccine uptake among pregnant people, and the increased risk of severe illness and pregnancy complications related to COVID-19 infection among pregnant people make vaccination for this population more urgent than ever.
For this population. She's not talking about Americans, she's talking about the population. You guys, you'll get it. 24 years later, are you ready to see these explosions and not top crushing the bottom? Yeah, it's all explosions. You can never convince me otherwise. I've done just too much research on it. Alright, so I'm trying to find out, and I was getting to this, but now I can't find it. Let's see if I reposted it. Maybe I did. I'm hoping I did. Oh, here it is. Yeah, here, by the way, back to square one. Oh, it's catchy. It's supposed to be catchy. There's actually a formula of tunes or tones and amplification, certain things, and hertz and all this stuff, where they know the tempos, they know the tones and the tunes and the way it's laid out to get people to react and become attached to these songs. And it's been, I'd say in the past 10 years, they've been doing it with all kinds of music. You can hear it every time. It's almost identical. Go back and listen to Boston, right? Go back and listen to Styx. Go back and listen to Heart. Go back and listen to, Grandmaster Flash or some old Iced Tea or just anybody, right? Just stuff that's older than like 25 years. And you'll notice that a lot of that music it feels organic. But this is intentional. It's not organic. It's actually orchestrated, created to get you to believe or to think that Satanism or the devil or anything in the realm of evil is good. This is it, right? That's probably what I should put on this right here. Is Demoncrats think that evil is good? That's pretty much it. And they're all Demoncrats too. Lady Gaga in blood red with girls trapped in cages. Kinky is kinky. I get it. Whatever. Performing in a ritual with priest dancing, all happening during tonight's blood moon lunar eclipse. If you still can't see it, I can see it. It's pretty obvious. It's pretty obvious. And SNL did the giant skit. I posted that about 4 or 5 months ago. It was just I couldn't believe the amount of props and all the engineering and all the costume, and they must have spent on this particular sketch, and it was all Satanistic stuff, and they were making joke light of it, all this other stuff, but It was just the amount of money that was invested into this one skit, which was pretty much one of the longest I've seen. This is it. If it's a religious war, that's not really the point. I don't think that's the point. I think these are the people that are okay with the child traffickers, Demoncrats. These are the people with everybody taking fentanyl. These are the people with everybody taking opioids for the rest of the year. I mean, they still have the same opioid commercial that they've had for the past 8, 9, 10 years. The Demoncrats are for this. It's crazy. Is somebody calling me right now? Yeah. And this just continues. It's pretty obvious. There's countless videos and documents and pictures of the elitists and how they get these people to be a part of this, to participate in this, to this stuff. Yeah, you may think it's cool and it's hype and it's all that, but it's not. I've been to a harvest in Anaheim, California. It was beautiful. It was great, and I've been to a few plays and stuff for, what was that called? I've been to 2 of them. The Glory of Christmas at the Crystal Cathedral decades ago. It was beautiful. And, and I've also been to some interesting things at other religious beliefs. There's some Buddhism stuff that's good out there, that's pure, that's decent. There's some, but yes, believe it or not, yeah, there are some Islamic stuff, as long as it's not the 6 pillar shit. They have some good beliefs too. And I'm not saying all religion is wonderful and great, because there have been religious wars, and religion is basically what took down a lot of information in the great Library of Alexandria. And I didn't like that, but there is good and evil. How do I say this? It's a matter of perspective, because these Demoncrats believe that Trump is evil, and then it's vice versa on the other side. And it's hard to change people in their minds with this. It's easier to prove to somebody. It's harder to prove to somebody that they've been fooled than it is to just fool them. And this is where we've been. This is the common denominator. This is the thing that just really is very concerning to me. And there's just so many other things out there. Dimensionally, yeah. What then this could be in the truth is. What then this could be in the truth? Dimensional legend. What then this could be in the truth is YouTube channel. I don't know what that means. Hey, Cheryl, how you doing? No, they're not. They're not hiding it. It's been open for a long time. I mean, you remember when Biden had all the trans cross-dressing people at the White House a couple of years ago? There were some devil people in there dressed up as devil worshippers. It was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. I don't understand what Dimensional Legend is talking about. Maybe you can be a little more specific, but thanks for being here, by the way. So if we go here, Bannon goes off and rips. I was saying it a long time. I mean, as soon as I saw that meeting, I'm just like, are you fucking kidding me? But as soon as I saw that he met privately with Bill Gates like 2 or 3 days prior to that, and then he disappeared for a few days, I was concerned. Nobody trusts Bill Gates. Nobody should. And then this is really good because RFK exposed Liz Warren's big pharma payoff right to her face. And it's totally provable. I mean, it's all documented. Bernie Sanders is in the same way. They're all defending. And there are some Republicans, definitely. I mean, there is one guy I know for sure that just is all up in Merrick. It's ass. And all up in Big Pharma's ass. And his name is Jim Justice, and he's a senator used to be the governor of West Virginia, but he is the largest rolling ball of turd that's ever hit that state. And people should not trust that man. And I am hoping to God that one day Stevie with Red Economics will come out and just lay a fucking Armageddon on that guy, because she could do it. We miss her. I know we all miss her. Doctor's Furious with RFK. Keep working. Oh yeah, right here is a good one. Right here at the top. There we go. This is going to be happening a lot more about it. I just want to let you guys know that as time goes on, you're going to see a lot more of this stuff. What I'm talking about is these mail-in voter fraud scandals. You're going to see a lot of it because Doge is still around in a sense, but it's going to go state to state, and they already have the evidence. It's just you're going to see it happen. And then there's also, like right here, you can see, I can't even play this. It's so depressing. I'm just going to tell you about it. But riding deep in LA, things are looking real bad. And LA is just fucking wasted. It's just terrible. And that the back and forth there with Bernie and RFK. Everybody's corrupt but you, right, Bernie? Yeah, that's a lie. Most of the stuff I think I already talked about. Trying to ask $1 million question about COVID bags. I brought this up the other day. But anyway, so I'm pretty much going to wrap that up. Dimensional Legend. Who is that? I'll have to look that person up. I'm not sure what the question is. What then this could be in the Truth is YouTube channel. Alright, I don't understand. Cheryl, you're a admin, right? Anyway, good to have you here, Cheryl. You got to come on here. Why don't you come on? I'm gonna have a show on Sunday. And another one on Monday. I might have one on Thursday or Friday. I think Thursday. I think I'm going to have one on Thursday. If you want to come on, you're welcome to. Anybody is welcome here. There will be some vetting before you come in, because we've had ding-dongs come in here in the past. There's still something that really needs to happen that I'm really concerned that may not happen with Trump, and this is my biggest concern, and it really should be everybody's. It really should be everybody's. Is that he has the royal flush, right? He's got ace, queen of diamonds, and a king of diamonds, and a jack of diamonds, and a 10 of diamonds hit right on the flop. And then the river, and then the turn, and then the river. He's already got it. He's got the royal flush. Right? Well, this is what we need. This is what we have to have. And if we don't see these treasonous Democratic and some Republican, right, piglicans, put away or charged first, prosecuted, and then sentenced into prisons that they should be in regards to so many things, right? Like the topics I talked about earlier, for example, right here. Like in regards to COVID, in regards to Ukraine, in regards to the woke agendas and the kids, in regards to climate change, the poison junk, in regards to J6, in regards to 2020 general election. I mean, there's of course, Obama/Russiagate. I mean, there's just a plethora of stuff that they can nail these people on. And it just needs to start happening. I mean, it really needs to start happening. Because these people are just out of freaking control, man. Out of control. and it needs to start happening soon. But I'm going to say this before I go. Contact your senator. Contact your legislator. You know, call them, email them, send them your concerns. Let them know. We need more people like myself that are out there asking those questions and trying to make sure that my kids and my grandkids and theirs and so forth and my lineage, which is most of them are protected, because most of them didn't take the thing in the 2021, like, you know, which is good. But the fact of the matter is I want to make sure that my lineage has a free and prosperous, healthy future for themselves. And it's never going to happen under the Demoncrats that are the same people that believe in depopulation. It's just, why would you trust anybody that says depopulation, says the word depopulation and the word good in the same sentence? That's Bill Gates. You know, that's this. A lot of these NGOs and the World Economic Forum and a few other places that are out there. The World Health Organization is just a gigantic genocidal terrorist group. We all know that. Things have kind of freed up on YouTube. I'm glad I got my channel back after many appeals. It would be good to see some great truth seekers out there, some great reporters and investigators, and I think we know who those people are, and I hope to see her for sure out there again, and a few others. I saw a show the other day when we had Bram and Kelly that were doing some information talking about the rigged elections and stuff like that, which is happening. Ranked choice voting is not the way. It's not. I don't want the third best guy out there. I thought it was cool. It's not cool. And if you have a problem with it, or if you think it's different, then come on the show. Anyway, I appreciate there are more views happening and more people jumping on with me. And please like, subscribe, and most of all, share my content with people, because I really believe that, if we use our words, the power is ours. But once they violate our First Amendment rights, which they aren't that much anymore, but they definitely were back in 2020 and past 4 years, we should be okay. We should be okay. Anyway, aloha, mahalo, thank you all for watching. And if I start working out again, I might do the no shirt again. I don't know. Aloha. Bye-bye.